Chinese net users aren't slow to voice their opinions on issues that matter to them, so as usual we start off the show with a selection of top trending online comments that we've picked from just a few of China's most popular web portals. First today we go to ifeng.com for this comment. Although the apology has come so late, it still deserves our respect, not least because it comes from the son of a former top official. Our entire society needs to re-examine this part of our history. The apology here was made by Chen Xiaolu, that's the son of a former deputy premier of China, Chen Yi, and it was directed at the teachers and classmates that he abused as a red guard during the Cultural Revolution, a chaotic 10-year period from 1966 to 1976. The then leader, Mao Zedong, initiated a ruthless political campaign purportedly aimed at reinforcing communist ideals, but also conveniently eliminating rivals, both real and imagined. And these Red Guards were groups of indoctrinated youths. They roamed the country, persecuting anyone seen as representing a threat, particularly authority figures, teachers, intellectuals, neighbours, relatives, even their own parents. Victims were forced into struggle sessions where they were sometimes abused physically and mentally until they confessed to crimes or so-called crimes. Many ended up being jailed or even killed. The China Youth Daily reported that the now 67-year-old Chen apologized at a public meeting in his former Beijing middle school. The paper said that 8 former teachers, who are all now in their 70s or 80s, and 14 ex-schoolmates from that time attended. A number of other Red Guards have also in recent months made apologies to their now aged or deceased victims, usually in written form. For our next hot comment, we go to 163.com. And would you demand a teacher from a foreign university speak Mandarin during the class as well? Well, this comment refers to some disputed reports of tensions between Hong Kong students and mainlanders studying at the City University of Hong Kong. Now, according to a local newspaper, the Apple Daily, the problems arose following demands that a lecturer use Mandarin Chinese while teaching a course in Cantonese, that's the form of Chinese spoken in Hong Kong and surrounding areas. The paper says the university offers a compulsory Chinese literature master's course in both Cantonese and Mandarin. However, some mainland students signed up for the course taught in Cantonese. On the first day of class, the paper says they demanded that the teacher use Mandarin because they couldn't understand, and that Hong Kong students then became enraged when the bilingual professor began using both Cantonese and Mandarin and said it was a waste of their time. The paper said that the dispute led to Hong Kong and mainland students coming into some sort of verbal dispute doing presentations. However, the City University itself has said that there was no actual dispute. It was simply a discussion of which language would be used or how the class be carried out. Ironically, the mainland students' behaviour, whatever it was, doesn't seem to have won much support from mainland net users, and many have criticised them for being arrogant and harming other mainlanders' reputation by ignoring the rules in the university. And finally, our most popular comment of the day today, which is from sohu.com. It says, "How expensive were these shoes? How valuable does this official consider himself? He should either not go in the first place or wear some boots." Yet another low-level Chinese civil servant commits professional harakiri by allowing himself to be pictured in a less than complimentary light. The unfortunate local official in this case, named only as Wang, was photographed being given a piggyback by local villagers when he went to inspect their flooded homes in Zhejiang province in the aftermath of Typhoon Fito. State news agency Xinhua reported Wang was being carried by the local village head, a man in his late 50s, because he was wearing a pair of high-end or expensive shoes. The report has triggered, the expected deluge of criticism, both from net users and from state news outlets too. A well-known anchor and commentator on state television, Bai Yensong, said that this official's shoes might not be waterlogged, but his head must have been. Inevitably, Mr. Wang has been relieved of his position as the director of the local township's construction office. And those are just some of the comments making waves here in China these days. Coming up next on China Take, easier visas for Chinese people travelling to the UK.